Hi, my name is Brittany Millican, and my how-to speech is going to be how to keep score in tennis. Tennis is a very easy sport once you get the hang of it and the form and the concept of it all, but the most hardest part is actually keeping score. The first point one is 15 points, the second point one is worth 30 points, the third is worth 40, and the fourth makes the game. To start off the game, the score is actually called out love all, and with each point made, you call out your score, like 15 love, or if both of you have 15, it's 15 all. Once you've reached 40 points, the next point wins, unless you're playing with ads, which is when you're playing pro sets mostly. Then you will play till either you beat your opponent to 40 points and win the next, unless you and your opponent are both at 40 points, which then it's called deuce. And then the next person to win the point, it's either add in or add out. If you win it, it's add in. If your opponent wins it, it's add out. And then the next point wins if it's in your favor. So like if it's add in and you win the next point, you win the game. If it's add in and your opponent wins, it goes back to deuce, and just kind of keeps going back and forth until someone gets an add in their favor and then wins the next point. It's kind of confusing. But to win the whole game, you have to beat them. And then to win the whole entire game in like a pro set, you have to win 8 games and beat them by 2. In the beginning of each game, you have to call the score and the game count. So at the beginning of every game, it's game count level, score level, and then you start the game, and you always have to call out the score between every serve. There's no scorekeepers in tennis, mostly, so you have to keep it with your own score, and you have to call it out loud so your opponent can hear. And then if there's any arguments in the score, you actually have to talk it out until it's resolved, and then the game can continue. You receive a point every time your opponent can't return your serve or pass back the ball, or if it's hit out of bounds. You have 2 chances to get your serve over, and then if you can't, it becomes their point, and you just keep going. You serve for a full game, and then you switch sides on odd games, and your opponent serves, and you just switch back and forth. That's pretty much it. Thank you for your time and attention.